Paltrocast. Well, I'm going to say over and over and over again about how amazing Mars is and Tribeca Film Festival. But before I do it, Savant, House of Cosby's. Does
Oh,
anyone ever ask you about that all these years later, or am I the first?
I mean, it's been a while, actually. Yeah, I've been mentioning House of Cosby's is like my first viral video before YouTube ever existed. So, like, that's definitely one of the first cartoons I've ever directed. And yeah, nobody really asks about it anymore. And I think Cosby getting in trouble probably buried it or like made us want to have to be embarrassed by it. But I'm really proud of it still, and I think it's definitely informed how I my career from then, and also informed how I animated this cartoon. It's almost the same style of animation, same methods, and all that. So, but yeah, thanks for bringing it up. It's definitely it's a feather in my cap for sure.
Channel 101 changed everything. Whenever I have to do an interview related to yacht rock, that happened too. But anyway, Mars.
Yeah.
Timmy, Darren,
Yeah.
Sam, a pleasure to be speaking with you all as well. Darren, the first question goes to you. Do you get annoyed also when people call you Darren or Darren? Are you a Darren person?
Well, I'm a Darren person. People don't really get that wrong for me. Maybe they do for you. But my last name is Trumeter, and it's people like call me Trumpeter, Trummeter, Trumater, and so nobody knows how to. So it's more my last name than my first name.
And those
Now
are
I know how to
the
say
way
it.
that Trevor would do it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Trumpeter.
still think his name is Trumpeter.
True. Okay.
Well,
I say it right now.
saying the names correctly and all that, I think it was Timmy. Was it Timmy that we knew of that the film was pretty much close to done about 4 years ago? Even if I have that wrong, when did you feel that the film was done in a presentable state to what people are going to see in Tribeca? Like, how long did you have to sit on the secret that it was done as well?
Wait,
we
Sevon,
sat on
is it done?
It's
It is
I mean,
okay.
if I could
I was like,
if I could keep working
yesterday?
on it, yeah, if I could keep working
Yeah.
on it, I would. There's a lot of things I'd like to change. There's a lot of lip sync I'd like to revise, but no, yeah, it should be done.
It's so funny though. The nature of all this stuff is like it feels like it takes 50% of the time to make 95% of the movie, and the other 50% of the time to make that last. Like it's just that thing of like the closer you get to the end, the further away it feels.
It's like the last 2 minutes of a basketball game that takes half an hour. You know.
I think there's always like a good enough stage, especially when you run out of money. But like the minute we got into Tribeca, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta still work on this thing. I'm gonna polish it as much as possible. I have no staff. I'm just gonna have to do it myself. So yeah, it was presentable probably a year ago, but I think it's way better now that we've just did our little finishing touches on it. So
Yeah.
Having to sit on it. I mean, we found out about Tribeca in February, and we didn't get to announce it till late April. So it was kind of funny watching people be like, "Where is it?" When we're like, "Well, we know where it is, but we can't tell you." You know.
Wow. If I can keep the compliments coming, I don't know if you're maxed out on the day with compliments, but this
No, please.
is the most Tribeca friendly one of pretty much any filmmaking submission, because SVA is where Whitest Kids originated from. That's pretty darn close to Tribeca.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
I mean, like I love the bookend kind of quality of this because also when we did the TV show, we had a live episode in the TV show in the end of second season that was filmed in Tribeca. And yeah, and we started at SVA and was like, that's, where we cut our teeth. Is that? But like, yeah. And, we were like shot the whole show in New York, and it's just amazing to be back and that like to be considered this kind of New York thing in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say that because a lot of the films that are shown there, Tribeca started off as a local thing, and then it became more about the global and how can we get Fortnite and Nobu into this. No disrespect meant to the powers that be. So it's a fantastic local representation in a good way. So my question, I don't know if this goes to Darren because I keep interrupting, or if it goes to Savon, but if Tribeca, that submission did not happen, did you have a plan B as to where this was going to premiere?
At Savon's house.
Yeah, I have a stage in my backyard, so yeah, I would just premiere there with 20 people in the audience. Yeah, I don't know. We knew we were gonna just submit to a bunch of festivals and didn't know what was gonna happen. So we're lucky to hear the good news that it was going to one of the top festivals. So
Right.
yeah, that's a huge surprise.
I love
Yeah,
the character being named Elron Branson. Obviously, that's poking fun at a few different entities. Has there been any blowback from any of that so far?
Not yet.
Nobody's
Not
seen
yet.
it yet, so we'll see.
In the mail.
Hopefully, Elron will tweet about it. Elon will tweet about it. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's interesting whenever you take something that's timely and also controversial and you put it out there like that. You're not massaging the names like a lot of films would. Was the original script, because it goes back 10 years or so, was that the same name in the original script?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's like a lot of the stuff we do is really out of laziness. And you know that like a lot of the stuff that was definitely like the first draft kind of name we gave him was like, oh, what's like a rich person, like Elon Musk, Richard Branson. Well, let's not be that on the nose. What about Elron? Okay, Elron Branson. Okay, all right, good. That's good enough,
Yeah,
right?
I like the religious figure aspect of it too. It's even though I mean I guess that guy was a billionaire too, but like it's more of like he was a shyster.
Yeah.
He was definitely a trickster.
He was allegedly a shyster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't want my YouTube channel to be taken down in the very near future. In a couple of years is okay. But the key is the film is finally done. The fans were supportive. I love how you basically fundraise through Twitch streaming. In other words, you didn't just go, hey, give us your money. You actually worked it like a TV station DIY style, a very punk rock approach, comparable to Channel 101 and all that went. So winding down here, being very mindful of your time. We'll start with Timmy first. What's next? Where can we see you next? Where should we be keeping an eye? Considering that Mars, once it's out, it's out.
Right. Well, hopefully at this festival, somebody sees it that wants to put it out there. We can let people know. And, as far as Whitest Kids goes, we've got a box set coming out later this year. And then after this, where I could be seen is back in South Dakota, wondering why nobody lives there. So, yeah. I'm just kidding. I know why.
Well, before you say that, I'm finding all the entertainment industry has actually moved to Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It seems to be more people
during
there.
COVID and stuff, they just moved out there, or what?
I don't know. I mean, Nikki Sixx from Motley Crue is there. Letterman, John Mayer.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Financing for Mars, possibly. Darren, what about you? Where and what and how and why can we see you next?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. We've gotten this question before. It's really difficult for us to like create any other kind of Whitest Kids thing without Trevor. So I know that's difficult. But I don't know. That's a really tough question. I think we all kind of have our individual things that we want to do. I'm sure we are all very open to going on the road together and like doing shows. So that might be something that we discuss and talk about. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of open right now. We don't have anything really, right on the edge.
Right.
Sam, same thing at you. Same.
All right. Yeah.
What?
I mean,
why, how?
All right. Yeah. If you want to catch me, I've got a Friends movie coming out that's finishing production. My Friends movie, Weapons, is in production right now. So you can catch me as Zach Kreger's friend, who has his movie Weapons coming out. But I also I'm teaching sketch comedy classes over Zoom, and I'm going to keep that going and just keep on working away at stuff and trying to tell my stories.
Sure. Now, last word at you, and then I'll share a quick thing about Trevor. But Savon, where, what, when, and why, how, or do we just check your IMDb for what's coming up?
Well, you can go to I mean, my IMDb, if you've checked it, it's huge and ridiculous. You can tell that I have a lot of irons in the fire. I plan on I'm working on 3 different documentaries right now, and I'm working on another animated short that should be, I hope, to finish this summer. So yeah, I would. The documentaries are at the very beginning, so they're gonna take a while. But yeah, I'm looking to keep busy, and you'll see my name. However long it takes for me to get these projects done. It's just, I can't stop working or I'll die. I feel like you're gonna always see work from me no matter what. So yeah, keep track on me on my Instagram at Midnight Kids Studios, and you'll definitely see all my past work and the new work that I'm going to be working on soon.
I'm glad to hear that everybody's keeping on. And my Trevor thing, I think a couple months before we lost him, I had the pleasure of interviewing him, and for some reason I brought up the Jerky Boys, and he then emailed me after the interview, which is very rare because most people want nothing to do with you after you interview them, or at least that's my life story. And he emailed me and said, FYI about the Jerky Boys and this and this and this. So then I was trying to connect him with Johnny Brennan from the Jerky Boys, and apparently Trevor was asked to develop a Jerky Boys cartoon, but it didn't pan out. Is that something that any of you ever heard about?
This is news to me.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think It's so funny though.
Well, somebody has to develop that Jerky Boys cartoon, so always keep that in the back of your minds. But thank you.
All right. Well, yeah. So if you want to catch me, I'll be developing the Jerky Boys cartoon. Yeah. So check that out. Sweet Cake.
Sweet Cakes.
Saul Rizzo. The Saul Rizzo store.
Did they say Sweet Cakes, or why'd you say Sweet Cakes?
I think isn't that one of them?
I thought Honey Baby might have been one of them.
Honey Baby, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Paltrocast.